Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and give this video a thumbs down because I don't like what's in it. And I'm mad because it's 9:30 in the morning and I gotta be up for work and I'm tired. Now, I've been meaning to talk on this, speak on this. Maxine Waters co-signing Meg the Stallion's Wet A PUSSY song. WAP, right? Very problematic. The black female is problematic. I don't care if she's 6 years old and she a baby kid with some silver teeth for her cavities, or she Maxine Waters age, meaning ancient, old, with varicose veins. They ratchet. Again, excuse my voice, because coming home late every night from work, the darn air hits my throat, pause, and makes me wake up with a scratchy voice. So I'm going to intervene periodically, like I have to, for my commentary. If you don't want to hear me talk, disclaimer, then click on the video without me talking. It's very simple. I have to talk over copywritten material. It's called fair use. Just want to go ahead and say that so I won't have to charge nobody up in the comment section if they say, shut up, you talk too much. All right, let's get it.
I'm so nervous.
Oh, and let me say this real fast. Megan Thee Stallion, isn't she the new spokesperson for CoverGirl or some type of Maybelline, something like that? Maybe she's born with it, because everybody thinks she's born with the penis because she calls herself a stallion and she got a strong face. I don't care if she's from Texas, aka Houston. I'm not gonna rep for you just because you're a woman and just because you from my state. Now, I knew that was her in that new makeup commercial because I wasn't doing nothing because, I'm just minding my business. And I'm like, is that Megan Thee Stallion voice that I'm hearing on this commercial? It don't even fit. They lost all their credibility having this masculine thing. Only masculine because you be talking like this. Oh, you know it, know it, that. You didn't know it, that. How many more men I'm gonna make tricks? All that type of stuff. Listen to the lyrics. How many more men I'm gonna make tricks? AKA, paying for my pussy and my time. Bad example for young ladies.
God. Like, I just can't believe it. Well, thank you for inviting me to do this little interview with you. Thank you for even being a part of it. Like, I'm so...
Maxine, how do you even remember that you had an interview with her? You should have Alzheimer's / dementia at your age.
I'm going right now. I don't even know what to say.
But then again, most black women are shaped like elephants and they have the memory of an elephant. So you remember, but I don't know if you fat or not. But that don't count because old people lose weight, like because they can't keep no meat on their bones. So it ain't probably because you eat healthy. It's because you old as Methuselah and Mansa Musa. No, we won't have that copyrighted music.
New York Times op-ed, your really wonderful New York Times op-ed this fall. And I'm wondering if you can speak a bit about what it meant to receive that letter from her. And then Representative Waters, if you can speak a little bit about what moved you to send that letter.
Just to receive any type of recognition from the wonderful Miss Waters, it really blew my mind, because I know that it's me being a young black woman in my generation, the things that
You being a young black man, because, well, anyway, okay, you gone.
Fight for, the things that I talk about every day.
The things that you talk about every day is how to get money from men. Basically, you Shira 7-1 or whatever her name is, but the rap version. Because you're always talking about making a man give you money. And ain't nothing more addicting than music because it's repetitive. You're seeing it all day. You're hearing it all day because the radio force feeds it. But who listens to the radio these days? But YouTube recommending it, all this other different stuff. And they're constantly repeating the words, pay me if you want to spend time with me. Buy me this, buy me that. Like that during Paris Milan. Ooh, I forgot to react to that during video. Talking about that lady. I'm calling the lady a Dusty, not the man. That lady who won the lottery. And then her boyfriend tried to take all her money. Now he's suing her. That comment section full of black feminists was ridiculous. Excuse the noise in the background. I'm getting my vitamins ready as I get ready for work. I looked at the comment section. Y'all better be lucky I don't know how to screenshot on this new iPhone, but I did download a screenshot app. And on my break, I'm screenshotting all them feminist black comments, and I'm calling y'all out. Cause that didn't make no sense. So one little black hood rat gonna say, "I wish I would spend money on a dusty man or something like that," bruh. But you expect men to spend money on you though. But that's a whole different other story.
It seems new for us because we're just now going through it. But to be recognized by
I'm just still not over there. Let a man ask me for anything, and I'm dumping him. That's what the black girl said in the comment section on Paris Milan toxic agent channel. And then I noticed she deleting comments from men because the women will be adding somebody, like in that case, adding somebody named Jonathan that must have got on her tail. Paris Milan or one of them darn moderators deleted the comment from the man. Because, moderators can do that if you assign them to be a comment moderator. They can go through your page and look at comments that, the channel holder might not like and delete it, right? And so everybody was replying, all the females was replying back to a dude named Jonathan. I'm thinking, what did Jonathan say? So I'm having to use my context clues to figure it out based on their replies. And basically, Jonathan said what I just said, but y'all think it's okay to ask the man for money, right? Especially a dude y'all don't even know, not even dating, y'all think it's cool to ask for money, right? So people's like, I said, Dusty, a real man would never ask a woman for money. And somebody said they forgot to delete that comment. Some man said a real woman wouldn't ask a man for money. Run-da-da-da-da.
A woman that has always spoke out about these issues and has always been an advocate for black women and just the whole black community.
Now, you got that right the first time. Black women are advocates for black women. They're not advocates for black men and women.
I felt overwhelmed.
What do they call it? A Freudian slip or something? When you say what you really meant to say? Is that what it's called?
I just felt very appreciative because I'm like, okay, it's hard to feel like you're doing something new. It's hard to feel like I'm speaking about something for the first time because I've never done it before, and I'm seeing the things that people are saying to me and how some people may not agree with what.
Hold on, let me put this on do not disturb. Okay, y'all, I just want to make sure didn't no sounds interrupt what we trying to do right now. Let me turn up Megan.
I'm saying they feel like it's controversial, and all I'm saying is protect black women, and now people are taking it like it's I'm saying something crazy.
Protect black women. Listen, let me tell you. Now I don't want to tell y'all because it's a secret. The shirt that I'm gonna do for black people, just put it that way. Me as a female, I caught myself doing it too. The certain slogan that I was gonna say was about basically protecting. I'm gonna show y'all how fair I am because I practice what I preach. The shirt was basically about only protecting black men, basically. I can't tell y'all the slogan, a catchy slogan. But then I changed it to include women as well. Put it that way. Because us as a race, we need to be concerned with the males and the females because you need the males and the females to continue the black race. You see what I'm saying? That's why they, not that anything's wrong with interracial dating, but that's why they are pushing interracial dating so much on all this social media and on commercials and stuff. Because when you interracially date with a black person, you weaken the melanin, if you will. Not that I don't want to sound like one of them hotel pro-black people. I'm pro-people, but I just know that some black people get mad at me if they feel like I'm not repping for black people enough, black women and black men. But I just want to put a disclaimer out there that if you're a biracial person mixed with black, you can't help how you got here. You can't help the fact that you have parents that are different races. So I'm not hating on y'all, and I'm not gonna ever be mean or rude. But I'm just saying, like, in order to preserve the full black race, which I don't really think anybody in America, for the most part, if you were descendants of slaves, is full black. Just go and do your ancestry DNA thing, 23andMe, and you'll see. Most African Americans are only 60 to 65% black, and the rest is something else. So if you're from Africa, I'm talking Barack Obama daddy African, then you're more pure black, but that's a whole different other story. Point being, I love all people, and I caught myself because I always get on black women for only wanting to protect black women only and not black men. So I had to get on myself for only wanting to protect black men and not black women. I had to include everybody.
So just
not everybody, everybody.
Be supported by another black woman who, sends the same message. I feel like, you know what, I am doing the right thing, and I'm gonna keep doing it because Maxine Waters said.
No, Megan Thee Stallion. See, you only want to protect black women, which is problematic to your own tricking cause. Because if you don't include black men in there, you're not gonna have nobody else that want to trick on you. Because then again, you might have other races of men because you rich, try to trick on you too. And you know how most black women respect other races of men and not their own. Nah, baby, I'm gonna need you to protect those same men you trying to get money out of. You did.
Great, that's great. Well,
that deep voice laugh.
Let me just tell you that I was moved by...
Stop talking slow, Maxine. Were you over there about to fall asleep? You know, old people fall asleep like they got epilepsy.
Article. And I was so pleased that you wrote the article for a lot of reasons. Oftentimes...
She probably didn't write the article, and she probably don't write her own lyrics. She needs a ghostwriter. But I don't know that. I don't know. She says she write her own stuff. But men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Particularly happens with entertainers. They put you in a box, and somehow they don't see you.
And they're going to put you in a rectangle box pretty soon, old as you are. So I'm going to need you to stop misleading the young black women, because you sneeze too hard, you probably going to have a heart attack and die.
As a person who has a life that includes family, that includes interactions, decisions that you have to make that has nothing to do with your performance. And so they don't see you as thinking about the plight, for example, of black women or civil rights or any of these issues. So that's why...
Go back and watch that video I did yesterday called Argument Downtown and see how I went to the Holocaust and Civil Rights Museum exhibit that they have down there. And notice on the advertisements all across the building, it had black men and black women. Did y'all not notice that? Oh, that's right. Black women only want to protect black women, not black men. As if black men are not a part of the black race.
I was very pleased that you wrote it. And so when we saw it, we thought, wow, this is great. And I'm so pleased. Let's write her. Let's let her that we think that she's doing a great thing and has done a great thing. And I want you to know that when you speak of yourself and you say maybe...
Wait a minute, let's write her. Did you tell your younger self to set up that Zoom? Where'd that other girl go that did the introduction? Because I know you don't know how to do nothing. You probably got carpal tunnel and arthritis. You wasn't typing nothing.
People think you're being too controversial, etc., etc. Pay that no attention.
Wait a minute. Why are the closed captions on here? Get the freak off of here. Sorry about that, y'all. I just noticed that. Oh, okay. I was wondering where old girl went. The closed caption was covering her up.
There's some people who don't have courage and don't have confidence. They don't understand it when they see it in other people.
Courage and confidence to don't stop, pop that, work it, bitch. You don't need confidence to pop your booty. Do you know how many Instagram thoughts we have and OnlyFans thoughts? Courage. What kind of stuff? That's like, listen, there ain't nobody on the yellow brick road with Dorothy. And courage. Get the freak out of here.
So you should be proud of that. You should be proud of...
Maxine, I'm going to cuss you out. And I try to respect older women. And I know this is a little old, 3 weeks ago? I'm definitely going to write you and cuss you smooth clean out for encouraging this bull crap behavior.
Whom you are, and I know you are. And not only your talent, but your person. What do you care about?
She's using that word talent loosely, like her vagina.
And what is it you're doing that is not only good for you, but it's good for others? So thank you very much. And I'm pleased to be with you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. That sort of brings me to my next question, which is, what's the biggest lesson you hope that young Black women can sort of learn from this current moment that we're in?
Well, I think that because Black women have not been respected in ways that will help them to feel good about themselves, and they looked to others, and particularly men.
They have Derek Jackson if they want to feel good about themselves and not change anything.
In order to get approval, then, we need to say to Black women, first of all, concentrate on whom you are and what you think and what you care about. And approval does not always have to come.
What they think about and what they care about is cigarettes, weave, makeup, leggings, and child support. They're already concentrating on that, man. Why don't you concentrate to make sure you don't fall asleep during this interview? Old people fall asleep at the drop of a hat.
Other people's opinions do not make you, and the opinion of men do not determine who you are. And so we want women to have the kind of confidence that we're talking about today that you have, Megan. And so I think if there's anything that we can say to other Black women is that get grounded. Get grounded. You have an opinion, and you're thinking, and you're taking charge of your life rather than have everybody else telling you what you can do, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And so building confidence is the most important.
I'm getting feminism vibes. I'm getting Ben Gay vibes. I'm getting icy hot on her knee vibes.
Lesson that we can share.
Wonderful.
So happy to be here.
That brings me also to my next question, which is, how do you build community with other Black women? What I'm seeing right now between the two of you is like, it's like an example of how you build community, which is showing words of affirmation for another person, saying, I see you when I see you. So I'm just wondering how you build those sorts of communities, what sort of actions you do to build community with other Black women.
First of all, we have to take people where they are. And we have to be honest with people about whom we are. And we have to be honest in ways that will help people to open up and be honest with you. And so if we put ourselves high on a pedestal somewhere and we're talking about, I'm your role model and you got to do this and you got to act this way and you got to dress this way and you should be doing this, etc. First of all, we're not being honest. And secondly, we have people who address issues in different ways. We have people certainly who have, different thoughts, things that we don't even think about or know about. And we have people who, don't accept, what is considered the tradition. And we have to respect that. And we have to take people where they are. And when we approach people, it is not trying to have them believe that somehow you're more pure, you're more...
Something tells me she be waking people up early on Saturday mornings with the other Jehovah's Witnesses trying to get you to talk when y'all trying to sleep in.
Knowledgeable, you're more anything. Accept people where they are, and they'll accept you where you are. So when I see someone and I'm talking with them, I'm looking at them and I'm listening to them. I don't care what they have on. I don't care about anything else but what this person is expressing. And I'm not judging them on anything else except what they are sharing with me. And for me, that is a way that you connect with others. That is a way you build community. That is where you get trust. And that is where you come to other people's aid. When people need you, you come to their aid. I'm talking about just having the ability to have someone listen to you. That's hearing what you're saying, or you're.
If you want to have somebody listen to you, Maxine, then get a caretaker from that AARP magazine. You probably just look in the back in the classified section and see if they got like a caretaker that could come a couple of times a week and drop you in the tub and rub your back and your knees and just listen to you talk. Escucha. That means listen in Spanish.
Sharing a moment. And so that's how you build community. You respect people. You take them where they are, and you come to their aid when they need
Oh, we don't have to respect black men, do we? Because I don't hear you telling her that.
you.
All my life, I was raised by women. I had my
Say less. Say less. This is why you want to protect black women and not black men or the black community as a whole. Okay.
mother, my grandmother, and my great grandmother,
Oh
and
Lord.
my aunt.
Mm.
Growing up, they always taught me, Megan, you can do whatever you want to do, be whoever you want to be, as long as you're a woman who knows at the end of the day you don't have to depend on anybody else. Get out here in the world and make it yours. So I never
I'm a strong, independent black woman that don't need no man.
knew that. I never grew up thinking, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Oh my gosh, I'm not Megan and I'm not beautiful and I'm not amazing. Like, I always grew up thinking so highly of myself that when like obstacles came towards me, I'm like, I'm gonna beat this or I'm gonna get over it because I'm Megan and I'm awesome and my mom said I was great, so I must be amazing. So nobody else can tell me any different. So when I grow up and I start becoming aware of everybody else, because I was my own little brother, I'm the only child.
More like Megatron.
But when I started growing up and realizing that everybody might not have had the same household as me, I realized that other women may not have been told all their life that they're so beautiful and that they
And
are.
guess what? Black men wasn't told all their lives that they are strong and they don't need to be simping like Derrick Jackson, and that they are descendants of kings and that they should be respected and protected like everybody else.
Amazing, and you can grow up and you can be whatever you choose to be. Don't let anybody put you in this box. Girl, be you. And when I realized that a lot of my friends didn't have that, like I really was like, you know what, Megan? Maybe God put these women in your life so you could be in other women's life and you can uplift them the way that the women that I gave you uplift.
Oh my God. What is your definition of uplift? Because telling them to take women, take women. Well, yeah, you do talk about bisexuality and you talk about having them take money from men. How is that good and positive for women, ma'am?
You. So now that I'm in a position to where I took my mindset and I turned.
You ain't gonna be in too many more positions. You keep getting shot in your feet or your foot. I bet you got flat feet. And if you didn't make it in the music industry, you wouldn't have been able to get in the army with no flat feet. And I bet they wide width, and I bet it's a size 14 men.
You know, my situation into this, I felt like I have to give back, to my community, like my women. Like I want everybody to feel the way that I felt.
My community, my women. She did not say my community as in black men and black women. Black women are separating themselves from black men, subconsciously and consciously.
I am currently still in school. I remember
I call this the Paris Milan effect.
It was like to be a freshman on campus, and I'm like, oh my God, my mom said she is not paying my student loans. What is Sally Mae? Like,
well, Sally Mae is your girl too. She's a female. Even though she's alone and she want her money back, and she gonna break your knees. But yeah.
I was so confused about everything, and I just remember that it was a real struggle when I got in a position to do that for other women. I was like, I'm definitely doing that. Because, girl, I know what it felt like to be confused and struggling, and you didn't want to give up on your dreams, so you just worked super hard to, like, stay there. And I really want to be a part of other women's story where they're like, I was going to give up, I couldn't do it, but guess what? Megan Stallion said I could, so I did.
What you mean work super hard? All you did was suck some hard penises to get to where you at.
And she really helped me, so it really makes me feel good. Everything is not gonna come easy, but I know that if I can make it easy for somebody, I want to.
It probably won't come easy because a nigga try to have sex with you, he gonna think he having sex with a real stallion, a real man. You a real boy, like Pinocchio.
Wow, that is so commendable to, talk about how you can help other women. And let me just tell you, when I think about you and you continuing your education, I said to myself, you know what?
She's a contradiction like most black women, telling women, oh, stay in school, get your education. But then at the same time telling them to trick and take men's money Well, what are they going to school for? So they can have their own career if you are teaching them to just leech out for men, ma'am.
They have to go to nobody's school anymore. She's got it. She's done it. She's got it made. So that is so absolutely commendable that you continue to focus on education.
Bull crap. She probably taking online school and somebody else probably doing the work for her.
And you don't have to.
I bet when she be in virtual class, she be like, huh, a, or whatever that thing is she does. A, I will she be doing that.
I mean, people go to school to try to get to where you are, and here you are in this place, and you're still, paying attention to people. So that's very, very.
Yeah, and she's still gonna be paying Sally Mae back if she don't continue rapping it, because we we already know how the music industry will chew you up and spit you out.
Wonderful.
My mother and my great grandmother passed away recently, but my grandmother is still alive, and she will whoop my butt.
Your butt? Oh, don't be trying to be modest now. She'll whoop your wop.
Even me at 25, she would whoop my butt if I dropped out of college. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not only getting a degree for myself, I'm getting it for the women in my family who originally pushed me to go to school anyway.
That's right. I remember if you had, grandmama, great-grandmama, and mama and all of that, I know what they said. Girl, get educated, because they can't take it out of your head. They can't take it away from you if you get it. That's what they always said, right? Get educated.
Yeah. But see, that's also bad because we've put so much into black women's head that makes them not need or want a man in their mind, that it's going to be hard to take that out of their head too. Just like it's going to be hard when they gorilla super glue their weave in their head. It's going to be hard to take that out too. Any type of bad behavior. That's why they tell you on new jobs, it's easier to teach you something new than to unteach something that you've already learned that you can't use at this new job. Say McDonald's does something and you now work at Burger King. It's easy for them to teach you, a new way of doing things at Burger King than try to, change what you've already learned from working at McDonald's. You see what I'm saying? Because it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, basically. You know all about tricks, don't you, Megatron?
My grandmother will always say, get them papers.
Well, that's great. And again, I commend you for continuing to do that. And now I understand even more why it's important to you. You're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for them. And I'm sorry to hear about the losses that you've had.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that. I wanted to ask, we've just come off an election where we've seen the incredible organizing power in Black women like Stacey Abrams and Natasha Brown and the countless other community organizers who worked so hard this election season. And the response has been from some people to assign those Black women even more work and to talk about our potential to save the world, which we know we can do, but it's a very heavy burden. How do we redirect that impulse? And how do we ensure that we're being supported and protected as much as we're being celebrated or asked to help?
One of the most important things for each of us to do is to examine whom we are and to get grounded in whom we are and have our own philosophies about life and what we care about. That's very important, to know yourself, know whom you are. And when you do that and you set out to do things like Stacey Abrams and other women who have been involved in voter registration, it's because you want to do it. It is because this is whom you are. This is because you believe that you have the power and the ability to be helpful and to change things. Now, how do you do that and then not have others expecting of you to do other things and more and more and more? Once you get grounded in whom you are, then you know how much you want to do. You know how much you don't want to do. You are not driven about what others always want you to do. You're driven by what you feel and what you think and what is right, because you know who you are. You're grounded in such a way that your direction is determined by you. So if
We don't know who we are. If we did, then we would carry ourselves like the kings and queens that we are, because we are king. We are descendants of kings and queens. But these motherfuckers, they degrade their own selves so much to the point to where songs like Throat Baby is okay. That and WAP are the nastiest songs I've ever heard. And if you know some nastier songs, comment them. Because I've never heard anything like that. And for that to be okay, even cuss words in commercials and stuff is acceptable now. Like, there's no morality. It's just a modern day Sodom and Gomorrah.
Stacy wanted to, go out and register people 24 hours a day and go to all of those counties that she went to, that had never seen an elected official, that's because she's made some decisions about herself. And so when somebody else comes along and they say, now you've done all of that, now here's what we want you to do, she knows how to say yeah or nay. That's not who I am. This is what I'm doing. And stay on your own track and do what drives you and what makes you feel good and what feels right for you. I have no problem saying no, because I've learned that if you don't say no, you'll be overwhelmed with what everybody else wants you to do, what they think you should do. And people call on me sometimes to talk about subjects I have no idea what they're talking about. And I have to say, you're talking to the wrong person. I don't know anything about that. And so you have to know when to say no. I know what you mean when you talk about the compliments that you get for what you do.
Destiny's Child taught every black female in the 90s how to say no multiple times.
And then people start telling you about other things you should be doing or could be doing, or these problems that they ran into, that they need some help on, etc. You can't do everything, and you're not good at
I hope YouTube ain't got Shazam in this motherfucker. I ain't trying to get a copyright.
everything. And so do what your heart, your mind, your soul tells you, and what you
Don't
know.
encourage black women to do that, because their heart, mind, and souls tells them to trap a man with a baby and put him on child support. Multiple men, so they don't have to work.
About what makes you feel right and good, and be grounded in.
Not all black women are like that. I am so tired of Tiffany saying that. Well, then don't watch. It's very simple.
All of that, and sometimes you have to say no. I'm sorry, I can't do that. So that's how I handle the world.
I love that. That is that's very, very good advice on how to move through it. Megan, do you feel like you are able to sort of balance the demands that people expect you, the things that people expect you to speak on that maybe you don't feel like you can speak on yet, and the things that you feel passionate about speaking on? Have you found that balance yet as you're sort of growing into and knowing yourself?
I've been very self-aware all my life, but as you go through new experiences, like you become, a new person almost. I mean, I have the same morals, goals, like I'm still Megan, but like I'm going.
Morals? That word should never come out of your mouth.
Through new things, so now
The only thing that should come out of your mouth is a cum if you want to spit. But you look like you swallow.
able to speak about new things. When I don't know something, I'm not gonna talk deeply about it, because I need to learn. You're never too old to learn.
You always talk deeply when you rapping your masculine lyrics.
But I know who I am as a person, and I know what I'm comfortable speaking about. I know what I want to speak about. Just like Miss Water said, I feel like I'm getting to a point where I am becoming very grounded. So I am comfortable with telling people no. You can't ask me to do something that I don't want to do. And I'm not a person that's easily swayed either. If I'm telling you no, I genuinely mean that. So I'm only going to talk to you about what Megan wants to talk about, and I'm only going to do what Megan wants to do. And there is nobody powerful enough, walking this earth, that's going to make me feel any differently about it.
That's why most of these black women are hood rats, and they feel like they can do whatever they want to do, and they don't have to respect nobody.
What music do you listen to when you need encouragement or to psych yourself up and to sort of get what you need to get done?
Well, first of all, I have to tell you, Megan, I am kind of old school now, because I still listen to some of the old
Okay, so that must be Megan's assistant helping her with the interview.
songs that some women in the blues and jazz community, gave to us. I'm talking about a Billie Holiday or a Sarah Vaughan. Some of these women, I have all of those recordings, and I still listen to them. But I want you to know something happened to me at the height of gangster rap. And this is what happened. We had so many people who didn't understand this new genre. And we had so many,
No, ma'am. It is genre. Don't even do it. Not this morning.
mature people who wanted to censor, particularly gangster rap. And so I can recall when there was a woman who was actually the Secretary of State, I think, in
I think I remember seeing this on the Tupac documentary. What's she talking about?
Yeah, who took up the issue of censoring rap artists. And I'm a real First Amendment person who believes in the right of freedom of speech. And so I took up the cause with Tupac.
Now, this is a segue to her condoning Meg the Stallion's WAP song.
And with Dr. J and with a number of artists to defend them. And so I went before the United States Senate. And at that time, I recorded something that Tupac had done where he talked about his mom. It was so inspiring when he talked about, he basically said, she's a dope fiend, but she's my queen, And I thought, these people got something to say. And they're saying something that's very important.
She's a dope fiend, but she's my queen. I don't know no queens that are dope fiends.
And so what I do is I listen to the young people around me, and they may tell me something maybe you ought to, pay attention to. And I might listen to something like when they told me I ought to listen to, huh? No. I know about Savage because I did pay attention to that kind of on my own. I paid attention to that because it was a remix, and I liked the idea of getting together with Beyonce.
Oh my God!
I thought that was really
Beyonce, the one that tells black women to stay single, or women in general, but got a husband and 3 kids.
Really important for a lot of reasons. One was, Beyonce had been around a bit longer and had achieved a certain level of success, but she was not thinking of herself in such a way that she knew more, that, she had achieved so much. She came looking for you, and she did this remix, and I thought, now that's what women do. That's what black women do when they're busy with each other, So I kind of paid attention to that. But then they told me to look at, was it what?
Oh, God.
And I did. Don't worry. And
you shouldn't be doing anything if you're scared of what people gonna think about what you doing, Megan. So that's how you know you wrong for doing that song.
Here's what I said. Now that's audacity. That is audacity. And that is the ability for women to take charge of what they want to say. Because, as I said, I had paid attention to the...
So Maxine is a freak, basically, and she's trying to tell all the young men out there that her WAP still work.
Young, gangster rap time.
Trying to tell the young men that her WAP don't stop.
Men were in charge. They said whatever they wanted to say. They said whatever they wanted to say about women, what have you. But women, didn't say for a long time what they could say or wanted to say or dared to say. And so I thought, that's audacity. So I'm with you. I'm fine. I have no problem with that. The genre as it evolves.
Genre.
From the time that, I've seen all kinds of transitions take place, with some of the younger artists until I'm seeing today that you young women have taken control of your art. and you're defining it.
Do not cheapen the word art. Rapping about how wet your PUSSY is and how you want a guy to put his DICK in your throat and hit that little dangly thing in the back, like Cardi B said, that's not art.
In ways that never would be defined by anybody else. And you're willing to have the courage and the nerves and the audacity to say whatever the hell you think.
It don't take courage to be a hoe. She just a hoe on the mic.
When hardcore
and she built like a dude named Mike.
Rap was not accepted even by
She need to start like Mike too with Bow Wow.
Black people and the ministers in the church, and like this woman who was an elected official who drew some other people in. And I won't name the names, but they drew in some very famous singers who joined with them. The pure creativity and the talent of rap took over. And it took over not because the white media or anybody else helped with that. It took over because it was so accepted by so many and so loved by so many. And that's how it keeps evolving. It keeps evolving in ways.
Bullcrap. Maxine Waters, somebody ought to kick you in your motherfucking throat. Somebody ought to take that bra off and make your titty sag enough to make you trip and fall. Because this is ridiculous.